Infidelity. It's probably one of the most painful things a person can go through. It leaves you reeling, right? Scrambling to find answers. But what if the real answer, the real why, isn't where we've been told to look? We're about to explore a psychological perspective that might just change how you see the whole thing.
And then comes this question. It's the one that echoes in your head at 3 a.m., the one that haunts you. Was it my fault? It comes from this place of incredible pain, this need to make sense of something that feels completely senseless. And our first instinct almost always is to turn the camera right around on ourselves and start picking apart every single thing we ever did or said.
But what if that camera is pointed in the completely wrong direction? Modern psychology offers a totally different lens to look through, and it suggests that the root cause of the betrayal, well, it might have had very, very little to do with you at all.
Okay, so to really get this, we have to make a pretty big shift in how we think about it. It means we have to stop analyzing the relationship, stop rereading the texts, stop trying to create a timeline of what went wrong. Instead, we need to look inward, not at ourselves, but into the internal world of the person who cheated.
Just sit with that question for a second. I know it's a tough one, because it really goes against every single instinct we have when we're hurting. But seriously, what if the cheating wasn't a rejection of you, but was actually a reflection of them?
So this brings us to a potential answer. It's a psychological concept called Sankhara-Dukka. And what it describes is this really deep, often subconscious dissatisfaction, but not with a partner. It's a dissatisfaction with oneself, with one's own life.
So what does this actually feel like? Well, it's like a constant low-grade restlessness you can't shake. It's that persistent feeling that something important is missing. It's looking at your own life, your job, your routine, the person you see in the mirror, and feeling like an imposter. It's this deep, quiet ache for a different identity, a different story.
Okay, so how does this internal, private feeling connect to such a destructive external act like cheating? Well, this is where the affair itself becomes a symptom of that much deeper problem. It's not the disease, it's the fever.
This right here, this is the whole shift. It's the key. Our immediate belief is they wanted someone else more than me. But through this psychological lens, it's not about wanting a different person, it's about wanting to be a different person. They were trying to step into a new role, a new character, one they hoped wouldn't feel so empty or restless.
So the affair is basically a fantasy world. It's a temporary stage where they get to play a different part, live a different life, and for just a little while, escape the pain of being themselves. It's a totally flawed and incredibly destructive way of coping with their own internal chaos.
All right, so you might be thinking, great, but how does any of this actually help me heal? And that's the most important question. This isn't about making excuses for them, at all. It's about giving you the power to reclaim your own story and to finally put the blame where it actually belongs.
So the path forward kind of looks like this. First, you have to acknowledge the pain. What they did was real, and your feelings are 100% valid. Second, start to understand this new perspective, that the act was likely born from their inner world. And third, and this is the most crucial part, you can begin to separate their story from your self-worth. Their actions are about them, not you.
And let's be absolutely crystal clear on this. This psychological explanation is not an excuse. It's not a get-out-of-jail-free card. Betrayal is still betrayal. But by understanding the why behind it, you can stop carrying the weight of their choices. This isn't for their peace of mind, it is for your liberation.
So, we end with this question. When you look back on that awful chapter, whose story are you actually telling? Is it a story about what you lacked? Or is it a story about their own internal struggle, their Sankhara-Dukka, that just tragically and unfairly spilled over into your life? Realizing it was never your story to begin with, that might be the key to finally turning the page.